Means of livelihood on the street. In big cities and towns, thousands of people earn their living by working on the streets. Such people are called hawkers and street vendors. They come from the villages or smaller cities with dreams of earning a lot of money. Hawkers and street vendors generally decide themselves where to set up their shops, what to buy, and how much to buy. Most of them do not have enough money to set up permanent shops. Some of them set up their temporary shops on the pavements where they display their products on the ground. Some of them set up small kiosks on the pavement, while some use carts and move from one place to another. Sellers of vegetables, fruits and flowers bring their products in a basket. Hawkers and vendors sell a variety of things. They sell fruits, vegetables, plastic utensils, clothes, newspapers and magazines, small toys, some electronic goods, items of daily necessity such as torch, battery and handkerchief. Some vendors sell food items, most of which are homemade. Let us meet some people working in the cities. Madhavlal has come to the city from his village in Bihar. He worked as an agricultural laborer in the village, but for the past 2 to 3 years, the harvest has not been very good, so he hadn't earned much. As a result, the burden of debt he owes to others has increased manifold. He has come to the city with the hope of earning good money and paying off the debts. Madhavlal and his friends work as rickshaw pullers. The rickshaws belong to Dinesh Singh, who had also moved to the city from his village about a decade back. After working from morning till evening, Madhavlal is able to earn around 100 to 150 rupees per day. He has to give some of the money to Dinesh as rent for the rickshaw. After buying food for himself, he is able to save a little. Madhavlal lives on the street, sleeps on the rickshaw, and uses the tap on the street to take bath. All the other rickshaw pullers who have come to the city have the same kind of lifestyle. Madhavlal misses his home and his family, but he is satisfied as he is able to earn good money. He hopes to save enough to pay back his loan by the end of the year. Then he plans to rent a small room and bring his wife and son to the city as well. Mukul Prasad sells non-branded footwear on the road. People who like to wear branded shoes but cannot afford to buy the original are his customers. Mukul Prasad manages to sell each pair for 150 rupees and makes a profit of 35 rupees to 40 on each. Once he is able to save sufficient money, Mukul Prasad wishes to set up a small shop or a kiosk. Murugan has come to the city from his village in South India. He has set up a makeshift stall in the marketplace where he sells dosas, idlis and vadas. His stall has become very popular. The dosa and idli prepared by him and his wife are much in demand. So, Murugan makes a handsome profit. He is saving money so that he can open a permanent shop in the near future. Tahir is a vegetable vendor. He carries his vegetables on a cart and travels from one neighborhood to another. Tahir has many permanent customers. People love to buy vegetables from him as he never overcharges. Also, his vegetables are always fresh. Tahir wishes to grow vegetables in his own farm one day. He works very hard and is determined to fulfill his dream. Hawkers and vendors are an important part of the economic life of any big city. Sometimes, however, some big cities do not allow them to work in busy areas because they tend to obstruct traffic and create traffic jams. The hawkers mainly encroach upon areas such as pavements and parking lots and pose difficulties to the movements of pedestrians. Hawkers and vendors lead a very uncertain life as the police can dismantle their kiosks anytime. When people complain about their encroachments, the police and the government try to uproot them. Then they have to shift base and set up their temporary shops elsewhere. Moreover, heavy rains or extreme heat make people stay at home. So, when the streets are empty, hawkers and street vendors have less. The self-employed. Some people in the cities have set up their own shops or businesses. They are called the self-employed. Hawkers and street vendors are also self-employed, but they do not own permanent shops. The self-employed generally have definite places where they set their shops or businesses. Sometimes they employ other people on a permanent or contract basis who help them to run their business. Some self-employed people provide specific services which can be academic, such as making illustrations, editing, writing, or reviewing. Many others, such as electricians, carpenters, and plumbers, provide technical services. The self-employed can earn huge profits if their businesses flourish. All the shops in the market, offices of lawyers, clinics owned by doctors, and garment boutiques owned by costume designers are run by people who are self-employed. The daily wage earner. There are many daily wage earners who work in different shops, offices, and factories and earn on a daily basis. Some examples of daily wage earners are casual laborers at construction sites, laborers in factories, people engaged in embroidery, makeup artists, carpenters, and masons. Daily wage earners often have long working hours and do not get paid sufficiently. Their job is not permanent. If a particular job gets over and the employer does not need them anymore, they have to look for work elsewhere. There are no additional benefits in working as daily wage laborers. They are not entitled to holidays or sick leaves. So, they lose out on money if they fall sick as they are not able to go to work and earn their daily wage. Thus, most of the daily wage earners have a very poor standard of living. Working in offices and factories. Many people in the cities work in offices. Offices can be in the government sector or owned by private individuals or institutions. These are mostly permanent jobs, which mean that the employees get a fixed salary at the end of each month and are also entitled to certain benefits such as weekly holidays, casual leaves, and sick leaves. Women employees are entitled to maternity leaves during childbirth. Bigger offices even have facilities such as Provident Fund. It is a fund into which the employer and the employee both pay money regularly, so that when the employee retires or leaves the company, he or she receives a sum of money. The employees also get holidays during festivals and are entitled to annual leaves. Most importantly, people in permanent jobs have regular income and secure jobs. Most employees have specific workstations in offices. People also have specific posts with some predetermined job descriptions. Most offices are air-conditioned, have smart interiors, and are equipped with modern facilities such as the internet and computers. Employees get regular salaries and yearly increase in the salaries called increments. In some offices, even after retirement, people get a fixed amount called pension.